Hey there, Amplifiers. When it comes to being a rock star professional, you've got to have the attitude, the expertise, and drive. And our guest today has all three, and she's a rock star professional when it comes to real estate. In fact, she's a top #1 agent. And not only is a rock star in real estate, she also helps other realtors amplify their business. So it's really the abundant mindset coming to fruition. So I'd like to welcome to Growth Amplifiers, Krista Mashore.
Hi. Yes, actually, we actually don't just help real estate agents. We help local professionals. We teach them how to use social media and video to absolutely dominate their industry and to be seen as the go-to professional. So super excited to be here, Kenny. Thank you for having me.
Super excited to have you. So Miss Mashore, how did you get started with kind of combining these ideas? You have the background in real estate. I guess let's start there. How'd you get started in real estate?
Yeah. So I used to be a teacher. I have a master's degree in curriculum and instruction, and my daughter got sick. So I left teaching to be a stay-at-home mom and ended up, finding myself single and with a brand new house, 2 little young babies, and a drained bank accounts. And so I had to leave teaching. And when I left teaching to play real estate, I ended up having to go in full time. And so my first year I sold 69 houses, and I've been in the top 1% pretty much every year since. I've sold over 2,200 homes and did that for about 19 years. About 3 years ago, I started coaching local agents across the country, and they are just dominating their profession. And now we just launched teaching local professionals how to do the same. So we're super excited.
So what got you in the mindset that you could help others? Obviously you had the success, but sometimes people can get in the mindset, well, what if I give all my secrets away?
It's so funny you say that. Realtors are especially that way. They think that, oh my gosh, they don't want to share anything. I had really mastered the craft, and I took it from a different perspective. So while other agents were doing open houses and knocking on doors, I was creating Facebook ads and video and just doing things completely differently. So I traveled the country, hired digital marketing coaches, social media coaches. Russell Brunson was my mentor, as a matter of fact, and he helped me grow my coaching business from 0 to $7.4 million in 25 months. And so all using digital marketing and video. And so I've been being told for so many years, you're so inspiring, you should teach others. And I was like, I miss it. I miss teaching. I love helping people. It just fires me up. I just have a super passion for people.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just went for it. And it was scary because I was doing about, almost $2 million a year as a real estate agent and taking home about 1.4 million. And my family was like, what do you mean you're going to leave real estate? People don't do that when they're so successful like you are. No one's going to pay you to coach them, Krista. And I'm glad I didn't listen, because I'm absolutely doing what I love. I'm really, really good at it. My superpower is helping people, inspiring people to take action. So my students not only tell me all the time that their business has absolutely increased, but they're happier, they're losing weight, I say this, they say all the time, like, you've changed my life. And so
Right.
When you're a coach and you hear that, like, there's nothing else better to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a rough road. I mean, it's been hard because I still have my real estate business, and it definitely has decreased because my 99% of my time is on focusing. So this year we're only going to probably sell around maybe 80 or 90 homes. Probably 80, I'd say, maybe 90. But that for me is a little bit of a blow to my ego, because I'm usually selling like 160, 169. But I'm coaching. And so now we're helping students across the country literally transform their businesses. And it's really rewarding. So, and we just launched another business for multi-level marketing in
Mm-hmm.
real estate. And we just did $1.1 million in past 14 weeks, I'm sorry. And that, again, through this exact same strategy, attraction-based marketing. So it works for any industry, for any business. You just got to have the belief system. And I think that's one thing that I've always been really, really good at. And, I didn't tell you this, but I actually ended up getting in trouble as a young adult, and ended up going to juvenile hall, and then got sent away to a group home, and then spent my entire high school years in a foster home. So I haven't lived at home since I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely reunited with my parents, and they're amazing, but it was tough. And so I just at one point decided to change my life. And so I did. And, I've made more money in 1 year as a real estate agent than I made in 7 years as a teacher. And it's all because of the mindset, right? And anybody can do it. And then I lost everything. I, got a phone call one day that my husband was having an affair, and he came home, and within 2 weeks, he had a new girlfriend, and they were living together, and she was driving my car and picking up my kids. The girlfriend came to my house on Thanksgiving, picking up my daughters to take them away. And my bank accounts were drained. We had just bought in a brand new house. And I was very sad and lost tons of weight. And, my family was ripped apart. But I sat in my kitchen on Thanksgiving after 2 bottles of wine, like crying like crazy, and looking out in that backyard. And I said, you know what, you got to change this. You're going to build that backyard into an amazing pool, an amazing backyard. I visualized it. I saw it. And it was the most awesome backyard ever. And that backyard went from weeds to dreams and happy memories. So no matter where you're at in life, Corona or not, you can do anything you put your mind to, but you've got to believe you can. You've got to work towards it. I don't believe knowledge is power. I believe implementation is power. And we all need help. I mean, the biggest mistake that most people make is thinking they can do it on their own. If it was really that easy, you can Google anything, right?
Right.
People need coaching, accountability, and support. They need help. And learning from, I think one of the best lessons in my life that I've ever learned is that I need help to fast track, because money likes speed. Time is not replenishable, money is. And if you can learn from somebody that's already been there, that's already done that, so you don't do the things wrong that they did, and you do the things right that they did, and make sure that whoever you hire has absolutely done it, right? So
Right.
many people are coaching and teaching because they can't do. What's that saying? Those who can't do, then teach. Well, make sure that whoever you have help you get to that point is that you like them, that you respect them, they have the same, integrity and values that you do, but also they have achieved the success that you are looking for. They've mastered it. Otherwise, you're just throwing your money away. And I think right now there's a lot of coaches and trainers that are just getting into this industry that have not done it. So, really, really would be careful with that. But with the right coach and mentor, and the right, really, really jumping in and believing what they say and do, you can do anything.
So you bring up a good point, because I come across different people and different backgrounds, and sometimes they have a hard time seeing how they can get from one stage where they're at to where someone else is at. They have a hard time seeing how that big gap can come together and believing it. So for someone that's maybe having trouble even making a sale a month, like how can they get in that mindset to where 60, 80, 100, how's it even possible? What's that stepping stone?
You have to work on your mindset big time. I mean, it's a constant. I mean, I was a kid that was in a foster home, and I had some abuse issues as a young child. So I've had to constantly work on myself. It's a work in progress every single day. Every day, I work on my mindset. I believe, I see myself succeeding. Success breeds success, right? So many people focus on what doesn't work. They don't focus on what does. I love focusing on what's working. And there's days when I have bad days. Everyone always says, Chris, you're always so happy. You have so much energy. Well, that's not true. I'm just like everyone else. There's things that affect me, but I really choose to focus on the positive, because it doesn't do me any good. Like whether you say you can or you say you can't, you're right. Whatever you say is. And there's so much research. There's a book called Cybernetics from Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and it's all about mindset and brain activity and, the reticular activating system. And we don't know the difference between what we're thinking and what we're doing. The brain literally does not know the difference. And so work on it, and a belief system, Lewis Howes wrote the book School of Greatness. And he says in that book that basically he interviewed all these really famous, rich people that were very successful in their own right. And he said one thing that all of them had in common was they just had a belief system. And, and I possess that, but it's something that you can work on. Start writing it down. They talk about writing down your goals. You're 6 to 8 times more likely to actually do something when you write it down. I remember about 5 years ago sitting at an event, and it was like a self-help thing, and they told you to write down your, how much money you wanted to make, and I wrote down $2 million for a year. And I looked around everyone else, and they were like 100,000, 120,000, and I almost erased my goal. Like I remember grabbing my pen, looking around, thinking, "Oh man, maybe I'm overdoing this here." And then I was like, no, that's nothing. I can do that. Right. And now I was like not making anywhere near that at that time. And I've had, almost a $4 million. I've almost doubled it. So you just have to write it, to look at it every single day. I do something called an abundance map, where basically you take every aspect of your life, from health, wellness, spirituality, family, career, business, and you basically write out like what you want your life to look like. and as if it was happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you visualize yourself like if you were actually doing this, if you were, Kenny Harper making $10 million a year, I'm not sure what you make, what activities would you be doing? Right. And of course, I mean, you'd be doing a lot more fun stuff, but what would you be doing in your business? And what would you be doing in your marriage? What would you be doing? And you write those down, then you reverse engineer it and you start doing it. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
you read that every single day. You spend 15 minutes, you read that every single day as a part of your 15-minute morning ritual. You read it, you see it, you visualize it. Then you write down 6 things that you're grateful for every single day. Write down 6 things that you want to complete every single day. And then at the end of the day, you write down 6 things that you were successful for. If you do this and spend the time doing this every single day, pretty soon your brain is like, this is my life. This is how it is. It doesn't know. So it starts looking for things that work to get you towards that goal, and it repels things that don't, right? I mean, I'm probably one of the happiest people you'll ever meet. I feel so blessed, and it's not because of the money. I mean, we make a lot of money, not like filthy rich, but we're very, very well off. And it's not about the money. It's about the contribution. It's about, my marriage. It's about, and we have hard times. Last night, my husband and I were kind of gotten into a fight. My daughter, she's, she's 19, and it's a blended family. And, she told him it was none of his business. And he was like ready to shoot her, and not shoot her, but he was literally like pissed off. And we had to kind of work through it. And I just was calm, and, and we worked through it. And then today is a new day, and we make it happy. And we had like an hour and a half, sort of a little bit of a quarrel. And then I said, listen, we're done now. We have an amazing marriage. Let's have a great dinner. And I forgot about it, and I moved on. And then today I love him like crazy. So that's all the things that everyone goes through. I go through, right? I mean, I've had just recently, I've had 2 business people that I trusted so much in my business, my director of human resources that's supposed to protect me, and my number 1 marketing manager. For 6 months or so, we're developing a business directly competing with mine. And I found out after they advised me to fire my entire sales team the day before. And it was a crusher, right? I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. But I went into like kind of like the stages of grief. At first I was mad, then I was hurt, then I went into like full on survival mode. Let's fix this. And then I was like, hey, forgive him, let's move on. But so everything that happens to normal people happens to me, but I choose to constantly work on who I am and to grow myself and listen to books and apply what I'm learning. And if you do that long enough, it starts to happen. But I will tell you that you need to look at the 5 closest people that you surround yourself with. And this is why I believe in coaching so much. And we really attract just an amazing group of people within who we work with. Whoever you are surrounding yourself with, whoever you are aligning yourself with, is exactly who you are. So the more that you can align yourself with higher level people that are succeeding more than you are, that people that actually have the great values in the life that you want, you will start to become that, because your brain looks to bring you more of what you're doing. So it's funny. I mean, I could teach people how to build $1 million funnels and how to, create Facebook ads and how to get, 500 or 600 hours of watch time on every video that they create. But if they don't do the work I'm talking about first, it doesn't matter what I tell them or what I give them. I could literally give them my exact life and team and everything, and they would not make it because they didn't work on the most important aspect, which is their mindset.
I think that's a very well spoken. You've got so many people that are looking for the quick fix. They're looking
Yep.
for the easy win. They're looking for the silver bullet. Oh, if I just buy this and everything will become easy. If I
Yep.
just do this one thing, everything will become easy. And that's really not how it works. If you're not conditioned, it's like trying to jump into a sport and just know some special play and manage to beat a really good team that has done the practicing, they put in the hours, and they've really, are conditioned to get the result.
So true. I mean, think about if you're in the Olympics, right? There's the reason why what that guy's name was. He won by like 1.008 of a second.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Greg something. Anyways, who was the guy that won the like swimming? Anyways, he won like the Olympics, and he won it by like, I mean, it was, barely anything. And the reason why was because he chose to get up when it was raining. He chose to swim when it was cold. He chose to do a little bit more than the other guy. That's just bottom line. Jim Rohn says that it's not the wind that determines our destination. It's the setting of the sail. We all have the same wind. We all have the
Mm-hmm.
same problems. We all have the same issues. One of my best friends lost her son to suicide 2.5 weeks ago. And it's been the
Oh,
hardest 2.5 weeks. I mean, it's like really opened up my eyes, but I still have to try to put a smile on my face. I still call her and I try to lift her up. And I mean, I could cry even thinking about it. I'm sorry, but it's like, one of the most horrible things that's probably happened to me in so long, but I still have to, you got to go on. You got to still, I still worked and I still did my things, and everyone is going through so many things right now. COVID has been horrible. It's, in fact, look at my shirt. My shirt says 2020 still better than my first marriage.
That's pretty good.
My husband bought it for me. But I don't think it's really been a bad 2020. I mean, because I've chose not to listen to the news, and I'm not just hiding under a box, but it's so negative out there. And if I sit there and think about everything all the time, oh my God, poor is me, woe is me, then life would suck. And I choose to not have it suck. I choose to have it be amazing. And if you're listening to this and you're in a crappy place and things aren't working for you, just decide today to have it start working for you. And you don't have to believe this stuff that I'm telling you, but if you did, wouldn't your life be a little bit better? I mean, it absolutely would be if you believed it. So if you don't believe, nothing anybody says or do is ever going to work for you. So you've just got to start developing that belief system, working on your abundance map, working through those kinds of things, and it'll start to happen, right? Associate yourself with people like Kenny, and just go for it and just do. And also, people are always getting so ready they're getting ready, they're aiming, but they don't fire. Take action, man. One of the things that I will say that I'm really good at is just taking action, probably sometimes too fast. And so I fail a lot, but then I can adjust and I can adapt and I can change because I'm taking action. It's better to take perfectly imperfect action, but just take action, because when you're taking action, you're doing, you're learning, you can resolve, you can change, you can tweak. Just go. So many people are thinking about it that they never ever do it, right? And I take action very, very quickly. When Russell said to me, like, you're going to make a lot of money, I'm like, why do you say that? And he's like, God, I've never seen somebody that implements like you. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, well, I'm paying you a lot of money, 25 grand this year. I'm going to definitely do everything that you tell me to do. Right.
Right.
Another coach, 60 grand over a 6 month time frame. And didn't turn out to be the coach really I should have hired, but he said jump, I said how high, until I realized, okay, I need something different. But you gotta try. And I hired this coach when the pandemic first hit, when our business was not really doing good. I mean, I probably shouldn't have hired him, but he helped me get through some really challenging times, and he was great while he was until he wasn't. And it was a massive investment when COVID hit, and my bank my went from like a $500,000 a month to like a $5,000 a month, right? And with a 6-week burn rate. But I absolutely believe in investing in yourself, investing in your business, believing in yourself, going for it, and things turn around. Like I'm so amazing right now, but it's been a hard year business wise, and we've had to adjust and tweak and change and act and take action. I've had so many nights where I was like at 15-hour days until it's not, so
Right.
gotta be willing to do it, or otherwise you're going to be like everyone else. Being good is not good enough anymore. You need to take action massively, and you need to really, really be great. So hope I'm not talking too much, but
so for those people who are tuning in and they're like, wow, she's a ray of sunshine. She's really inspiring, and I want to learn more about her. Where can they go? What can they do?
Thank you. So I have a 5-day challenge. It's called, if you just go to Krista Mashore, that's KristaMashore.com/client conversion. That's KristaMashore.com/client conversion. I have a 5-day challenge where you'll work with me for 5 days straight in a group challenge. We teach you how to become the go-to influencer in your area. If you're any kind of local professional, entrepreneur, coach, any kind of business, quite frankly, we teach you how to stand out utilizing video and actually get the videos to be seen. And we work a ton on your mindset. So you will get more out of this 5 days for free than you'll get pretty much out of anything. And the reason I do it is because I know that you'll get so much value out of it that you'll want to hire me and continue to work on me. So work with me. And I believe that more than anything. And I'm never shy about telling people why, but it's, if you want to have some great results in your business, if you want to learn how to start using video, even if you're absolutely scared of it, and you've never done video before and you hate being on camera, we can teach you how to do that, but actually get people to see it locally so you can become the go-to community market leader in your area.
That sounds really powerful and really intriguing. I think video is a great thing to put out there. It definitely, you can put out your persona, you can share ideas that you have that could help other people. It's a great way to start a relationship. And quite frankly, when you look at a lot of video that goes out there, there's a lot that it looks like people probably could take advantage of that challenge.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be great. So like look at yesterday, I went to the gym. I went and got my hair done.
Hmm.
And this is the video this is a picture I posted on Facebook, right? So here was my, oh, I missed it. Who did I say? Anyways, it was just funny. So like I did one like this and I'd have no makeup on, showing my hair, right?
Hmm.
And then I have another one where like my hair is just crazy. And I did a Facebook Live yesterday and I had no makeup on. Nobody cares. Like people hate people that are always perfect. They want to see you with your hair a hot mess and you don't brush your teeth. Like they just want to see you be real. They want to get to know you. There's something called a parasocial relationship. And what that is it's research shows that there's people develop a one-sided relationship with people that they see on the other side of a screen because of when we were younger and evolution and watching the boob tube, right? When you see somebody on the other side of a screen, you start to you like them, and you cry with them, you're happy for them, you start to get to know them. And research shows that people are more likely to do business with those that they like. So imagine when people see you over and over and over and over again all the time, and you can target people and you can give them the information that they're interested in. So for example, if you're interested in, I'm a 49-year-old woman going through menopause. If I see something about hot flashes and night sweats, I'm like, oh my God, I'm clicking on that. If there's something about, bald hair for men, I'm swiping left, right? So it teaches you I teach people how to create content and then give people more content of what they already were interested in so that they develop a relationship with you, see you as the go-to expert, and then eventually want to hire you as their professional. So that's what we do. And there's a lot of mindset work involved in that week. We give them specific activities every single day. And the average person picks up 2 new clients in a 15-day time frame. We've had people pick up as many as 8 new clients in a 2-week time frame. This challenge is only 5 days. We've kind of sort of jam-packed it, but you absolutely will get a lot out of it. And then I give a 3-day seminar with it. But anyways, it's awesome. You'll love it. I love doing it, and it's fun.
Well, Krista, I'm actually intrigued myself.
You should go.
I believe everyone has the opportunity to amplify, and that's the whole concept of growth amplifiers. We all can learn from each other. There's always opportunity to grow. It's only when you believe that you know everything is when you just start limiting yourself. And I really love your energy and just what you're kind of broadcasting. Even the colors that you got in your brand's really cool. So.
Thank you. You're so cute. And growth amplifiers. So I'm actually going to put this on my podcast. So I've got a podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore. Fired Up with Krista Mashore. I'm going to stick this growth amplifiers on my podcast because I love what you're doing. I love the name of your podcast. And I just think it's so awesome how you're supporting professionals and, really just rocking it out. So thank you so much for that, Kenny. You're awesome.
Likewise. High fives.
High fives.
So
virtual hugs.
Yeah, virtual hugs. So as we're kind of wrapping up this thought here, we're taking a step to reflect on, you've shared a lot of value, by the way. So thank you very much for contributing and just sharing your energy and sharing some insights. But as we're kind of coming up into a closing thought, if you could just share something that you've learned on your journey that maybe would help others on their journey that are looking to amplify and kind of take the next step, kind of a closing thought, that would be great.
Yeah. Just take it one day at a time, right? And focus on where you're at as much as you focus on where you want to go, right? Just enjoy the journey. You'll get there if you just keep taking one step at a time, right? But, unfortunately, I don't know if you've ever heard of this study. It's called the Change or Die study, right? And the Change or Die study, basically, there was people that were going to die. The doctor said, hey, if you don't change your behavior, stop eating this way or do more exercise or do more of this or do less of that, you're going to die. Well, after a year, 9 out of 10 people would rather die than change their lifestyle. However, there was another group that had coaching, accountability, and support. After a year, 77% of them were able to change because we're human. We need help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have coaching, accountability, and support, you're 77% more likely to make that change, 7 times more likely. So just get the help, get the support, keep taking one step at a time and believe that you can do it, and you will, no matter where you're at. Remember, foster home to fortunes. Remember, drained bank accounts with the new girlfriend picking up my daughters and driving my car to, making over $1 million, very, very quickly. You got this. You can do it.
Awesome. awesome attitude and energy. Krista Mashore, go to KristaMashore.com. Check out the challenge. It wouldn't hurt. It's 5 days. You get new attitude, expertise, and drive.
It's free
too. If all you did was gain one idea to help you rock the rest of 2020 or 2021 or whenever it is you're tuning in, if all you did is gain one idea to help you out, that would be totally worth it. But chances are you'll gain a lot more than that. So thank you, Krista, for tuning in and for sharing with Growth Amplifiers. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Kenny. You're a rock star. Everyone, go take action. Bye-bye.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.